what was Ireland like at the time? The employers, the guy who wrote a book called Arnold Wright, he was an employer spokesperson. He said if you went up Nelson's Pillar in 1913, you could count on the fingers of two hands how many workplaces there were, Guinness, Jacobs, and so on. Most people, Dublin was an unusual city in the empire in that it had a huge, bit like, when I say unusual, more like what modern cities are like now in Karachi or in parts of the developing world, where you have a very small amount of industry, but it's a transport hub, often pushing stuff. That's not the case in Karachi, but a lot of people living in slums, if you like, not directly employed as workers in factories, but having what we would now call a precarious existence. Important point to make on this is when people tell you the working class can't fight because they are precarious, they're on contracts, they only are they have to queue up to get a job at the docks. Yeah, but look at 1913. You couldn't get anything more precarious, but still people fought. So I would say small industrial base, a lot of people employed in transport, which is why a lot of strikes take place in transport. The countryside was relatively quiet because, first of all, there was a transition to owning your own farm, and second, with the war, you could actually make more profits because you're selling food and so on. The countryside was relatively quiet at the time, so therefore you're talking mainly in the country towns, people beginning to rebel. The issue on women and